Well, unfortunately, I got some, man, I hate to even say this, but terrible news for this Alabama football team heading into this SEC championship game. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I hope each and every single one of you are as excited as I am because we are one day closer. Actually, we got Oregon and Washington tonight, but for all the games, we're one day closer to championship weekend. Or I guess technically since Oregon and Washington are kicking off tonight, you could really say it starts tonight, but you get my point. It is here arguably one of the greatest weekends in all of college football. We got championship week. It doesn't look like we got a lot of great games lined up, but I just pray and hope they turn out to be good. They turn out to be really entertaining. And hey, who knows? Maybe we see not just one, but a couple of upsets. Because although Iowa and Oklahoma State, they're heavy and big-time underdogs, you never know what can happen. In today's video, we're going to preview those games, but also we got some terrible, and I mean some absolutely terrible news for Alabama football. The Alabama offense has suffered a detrimental loss heading into this Georgia game. We're going to talk all about that, and guys, I apologize because we did not do a preview yesterday on Thursday, and that's when we always do our previews for the weekend games. I just completely forgot about it, and I'm glad you guys reminded me because I had a bunch of people tweeting at me and sending me messages on Instagram saying, "Yo, Matt, where's the predictions for this weekend?" There's no need for a long explanation or any of that. I just simply forgot to do them. But do not worry, do not fear. We're going to do them in today's video. And the reason I'm also incorporating this with some other main topics is because I'm not even going to pander to you. We know who's going to win these games, and you know who I'm going to pick. Outside the Alabama-Georgia game, which we already previewed and predicted, in Oregon-Washington, not too many great games to look forward to. I hope they're great, and I hope I'm mistaken, but my judgment is telling me they might not be. And also another topic we're going to touch on in today's video is something I've been seeing trending all over Twitter. If Georgia loses, do they still deserve and should they still be in the college football playoff? I've seen a lot of people talking about that, and I'm going to give you my 2 cents, and let's just say I have a very strong opinion about it. If you haven't picked up on it by now, it's going to be a jam-packed video, but all right, Matt, blah, blah, blah. Shut the crap up. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so first things first, let's start out. You know what? Hold on. Let's do this. Since I'm late to previewing the games, we'll do that. And don't worry, I'm going to keep these short, simple, and sweet. It's the main reason I'm not giving them their own separate video. Already done Alabama and Georgia, so let's do the Oregon and Washington game that kicks off tonight. I have made this evidently clear since the Oregon and Washington game. I think Oregon is the much better team, so I'm going to keep this short and simple. I got Oregon. Give me Oregon by 10 or 14. I think Washington is one of the luckiest teams in the country this year. Yes, they're really good, but I just don't think they're a serious top 4 college football playoff contender. Oregon should have beat them the first time, but hey, it is what it is. I think they get it done this time. Bo Nix, he's going to lead them to the victory. That game has no impact whatsoever in the playoff because it's relatively simple. Whoever wins, they're getting in. There's not going to be a scenario where Oregon wins and they get left out. No way. Continuing along here to our Saturday games at 11 a.m., we got Texas and Oklahoma State. Well, I'm not going to pander to you in this one either. Oklahoma State can't even compete with Texas, or they shouldn't at least. Oklahoma State is fairly lucky to even be in this game. They was trailing to BYU last week, 24-6. I'll put it to you like this. If Oklahoma State thinks they're going to be able to play the way they did against BYU and even compete with Texas, they've lost their mind. I love their running back, Ollie Gordon. He'd be a Heisman contender if Oklahoma State was a little bit better, but I love me Quinn Ewers way more. I think Texas, they get it done. And I'll put it to you like this. I'd be shocked if Oklahoma State kept this game within 10 points. I just don't see it being that close of a game whatsoever. Like I said, Oklahoma State, they're lucky to be there. Heading on to our night games, though, we got Michigan and Iowa. Come on, man. Same thing. I got Michigan. Who in there? I haven't even seen anyone picking Iowa to win this game. Michigan is a 22-point favorite. Good gosh almighty. For a championship game, that is unreal. And hold on. I got to find this tweet that I saw. I thought it was a good question. Where is it at? I thought I'd say, oh, here it is right here. How many turnovers does Iowa need to force to pull off a miracle? I would say if Iowa wants to win this game, they need to force 6 turnovers. And I get it. That sounds like a lot, but that's my number 6 because I think Michigan is good enough to overcome 4 or 5 turnovers against Iowa. The problem with Iowa is they just can't score, okay? They can't. And I know Iowa has a good defense, but I think Michigan will be able to run all over them and pass all over them and do whatever they want. And the reason I say Iowa's got to force 6 turnovers is because I don't see Iowa even scoring off of a bunch of the turnovers. Because I could see a case and scenario where Iowa forces 3 to 4 turnovers, but they only score 7, 10 points off of them. That's the difference. Not just turnovers, but how many points do you score off of the turnovers? I'm not going to sit up here and talk about this game for long because it's not even interesting to me. I got Michigan. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we got Louisville and Florida State with their backup quarterback, Tate Rodemaker. This one is simple as well. Louisville lost to a bottom feeder last week in the SEC in Kentucky. I've seen some people picking the upset, but I think that Florida State defense, they give Louisville's offense some troubles. I like Florida State. They're a really good team. I don't think they're a top 4 team, but I think they're much better than Louisville. Give me the cinnamon rolls. That's my picks for the games. Obviously, I didn't pick any upsets outside of Alabama. I did pick Alabama to beat Georgia. And by the way, no, Oregon beating Washington isn't an upset. I don't care what the ranking says. Oregon's favored by double digits for a reason. Moving along here, though, to our second topic, we got to talk about this, and this is really interesting. And that is no other than, I'll just show you this right here. Josh Pate tweeted out, if the CFP actually means they're putting the 4 best teams in the college football playoff, Georgia should be the biggest lock of the century. I had a couple people saying that to me, and it had me thinking, you know, Georgia's the 1 seed, so even if they, let's say, for example, to say this video, they lose to Alabama by 3, 7, or even 10 points, do they still get in the playoff? Because you got to think about it. That'd be a far drop to drop Georgia, which is your number 1 team, outside of the top 4, no matter what happens, no matter if there's any upsets. I mean, none upsets. To me, at least, if Georgia loses to a very good Alabama team, a top 10 team, I don't see how you can say, oh yeah, they're no longer one of our top 4 teams. I don't see it. I'd tell you right now, if Alabama beat Georgia and Georgia stayed in and Alabama didn't get in, I wouldn't even be upset. Unless Georgia gets completely blown out in the Alabama game, which isn't going to happen, they should be a lock to get into the playoff. Georgia has quite literally beat the crap out of every single opponent this year. They've been the most dominating team in the country this year, and it hasn't even been close. Me personally, Alabama beats Georgia. I think Georgia and Alabama should both get in, but we know that's not going to happen. I just don't understand, for example, let's say Florida State wins. They beat Louisville by 7, 10 points. You could say that Florida State is better than Georgia. Don't see it. Remember, the mission of the playoff isn't to get the 4 most deserving teams, but the 4 best teams. Think about it. I think Georgia should be a lock to get in, but, you know, I'm not on the committee, so my opinion, I guess, doesn't matter on the grand scheme of things. Let me know your thoughts on that. Is Georgia a lock or not? But now, finally, moving on to the main topic of the main encore, probably the main reason you clicked onto this video. What's going on with Alabama? Well, unfortunately, I got some... Man, I hate to even say this, but terrible news for this Alabama football team heading into this SEC championship game. I'm just going to come out and say it. I really don't know how to ease into this. Alabama's leading rusher this year, Jase McClellan, RB1, is out for the SEC championship. He will not be playing. I think it goes without being said, anytime you lose your starting running back, that is a detrimental loss, especially against Georgia. You know, if this was against Kentucky, LSU, Tennessee, even Auburn, I'd shrug it off. But Georgia, no. We need all of our players to be at full strength, and we need our starters to be out there. It's unfortunate he's not going to be playing, and I know we can sit up here and say, okay, next man up mentality, but it's still a big loss. And my biggest question is, I just wonder how much of a difference it's going to make. Because Jase McClellan has been at Alabama for a while, and he brings you also that veteran leadership. Now with him being out, our starting running back will be, I assume, Rodell Williams, and we got Jam Miller, who also hasn't played too much this year. And I'm starting to think in this SEC championship, you might see that 5-star freshman that everybody was raving about when he committed to Alabama, and he goes by the name of Justice Haynes. That dude can play, but he's just been buried on the depth chart for obvious reasons. He's a freshman, and there's older guys ahead of him. Will he get an opportunity in this game? I assume you'll probably see Justice Haynes get maybe, I'd say anywhere from 3 to 7 carries. Wouldn't expect him to get over 10, but it's going to come down to this, whoever has the hot hand. If Rodell Williams is out there killing it, he'll play probably the entire game. I hope it doesn't hurt us too much not having McClellan, but it is what it is. I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens. And let me know in the comment section, what do you think about this injury? Do you think it's a big loss, or do you think there's not too big of a drop-off from McClellan and Rodell Williams and the other running backs? Like I said, let me know your thoughts down below. I'm curious, but Robert